Hello and welcome to the Chapter 2 review game. It's time to get ready for the Chapter 2 celebration of knowledge, and when we do that in my class, we always play a game. Today's game is What's That Sound? How the game is going to work is I'm going to be giving you 10 math questions. After each math question, I'm going to be giving you a sound of an object, and you have to name that object, okay? And the top 5 people that get the most objects right are going to get extra credit. Everyone gets extra credit for playing today, but the top 5 winners will get extra credit. Why not? So you're going to need to take out a piece of paper, and on that paper, you're going to want to have a good spot for all your math. You can put all your math here and work on all your math. But over here, if you can make just a nice little numbered sheet of 1 through 10, and this is where you'll be entering in your sounds, or the objects that those sounds are making. That's how you're going to play the game. You'll turn this in, and that's how you'll get credit. And this will be a good way to get you ready for the Chapter 2 celebration of knowledge and have a little fun. And everybody gets extra credit for playing. Let's get started. Here is question number 1. We learned about the 5 GOTS, and you're going to have to be able to use the 5 GOTS to solve a question like this. Go ahead and pause your video, and on your paper, go ahead and give this problem a try. Let's see how you do. Okay, hopefully you did good. Let's take a look. This one uses all the 5 GOTS. GOT number 1 is got parentheses. Do we got parentheses? You bet. We'll need to distribute into the parentheses. So we get 4/3 x plus 2/3 equals 1/5 x minus 2. The next GOT is got fractions. Do we got fractions? You bet. So we need to multiply by the common denominator. Notice that we have a 3 here and we've got a 5 here. The common denominator would be 3 times 5, which is 15. So I'll multiply both sides by 15. That'll allow me to get rid of the fractions. So 15 times 4/3, that's 15 times 4, that's 60. And 60 divided by 3 is 20. X, and then we take the 15 in here. 15 times 2 is 30. 30 divided by 3 is 10. Equals, here we'll take the 15 in. 15 times 1 is 15, divided by 5 is 3x, and 15 times negative 2 is minus 30. Again, if you're bad at fractions, use your calculator. You should be all right. Okay, let's get all the x's. The next one is got lots of x's. Got lots of x's, and we do. And so we're going to need to get all the x's to the same side. Well, minus 3x to both sides. That leaves me with 17x plus 10 equals negative 30. Okay, let's keep going here. We'll undo the plus 10 by minusing 10 to both sides, because that's the next got addition or subtraction. We do, so we minus 10 to both sides. That leaves me with 17x equals negative 40. And then in the last step, we've got multiplication. Got multiplication? We do. We've got a times by 17, so we'll divide by 17 to both sides. The correct answer should be negative 40 over 17. If you didn't get that, make sure to pause the video now. Redo it. We want everybody to get this one right before we play What's That Sound? And now it's time for the What's That Sound round. Let's do it. On your number 1 line, take a listen and write down what you think this is right here. Write it down now. Make sure to be specific. You'll get 1 point if you're close and 2 points if you get it right on. Here is math question number 2 we'd like you to work on. Negative 2 open parenthesis, 3x plus 1 close parenthesis is less than 2x plus 14. Go ahead and pause the video now, solve it, graph it, and write it in interval notation. Make sure you can do all 3 ways. When you're ready to check your answer, unpause it. We'll see how you did. Welcome back. Let's take it in. We got to distribute. We're going to take this negative 2 into the parenthesis. We get negative 6x minus 2 is less than 2x plus 14. I got to get all the x's on one side, so we'll minus 2x minus 2x. In doing that, I get negative 8x minus 2 is less than 14. We're going to undo the minus 2 by adding 2 to both sides. That gets me negative 8x is less than 16. And in the last step, we'll divide by negative 8. Now, don't forget, when you divide by a negative, you've got to flip the sign. So it's going to be x is greater than negative 2. To graph this, We're going to put -2 right here. We're going to use a parenthesis, and we're going to go to the right. And for interval notation, we'll write the answer as -2 to infinity. Again, we use a parenthesis here because it wasn't equal to. If it was equal to, we would have used a bracket. How'd you do? If you didn't get it right, make sure to change it. We want everyone to have this one right before we do the What's That Sound game. Okay, let's do What's That Sound? Okay, for item number 2, I'm just going to drop it on my table. Take a listen. Let's see if you can get it. One more time. Ooh, that's a tough one. Good luck. Question number 3 that's going to be on the celebration of knowledge. We want to review how to solve absolute values. So let's do this one. Absolute value, 4x plus 2, close the absolute value, plus 1 equals 7. Pause your video now. Let's see if you can solve this absolute value equation. Okay, how'd it go? Let's take a look. Anytime we're solving absolute values, you got to get the absolute value by itself. So I'm going to undo the plus 1 by doing -1 to both sides. That leaves me with 4x plus 2 equals 6. Now, this is absolute value, so we split it into 2 equations. 4x plus 2 equals 6. We have it equal the positive value. And 4x plus 2 equals -6. We have it equal the negative value. We'll then solve each one of these by themselves. So -2 to both sides. We get 4x equals 4. So that means x equals 1. -2 to both sides, we get 4x equals -8. Divide by 4 to get x equals -2. We get 2 answers, 1 and -2. And of course, you should check those. If you did check, you'll find out that they both work. Nice work. Let's go to the What's That Sound round. What's this sound? This is number 3. I'll do it one more time. Question number 4 of our review for this Chapter 2 Celebration of Knowledge is this one here. Absolute value of x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 6. Go ahead and pause your video now and work this one out. Make sure to solve it, graph it, and then write your answer in interval notation. Good luck. Okay, welcome back. Step number 1 is get the absolute value by itself. We've done that. We then need to break it up into 2 equations. X plus 6 is greater than or equal to 6. Oh, sorry. X plus 4 is greater than or equal to 6. And then x plus 4, so that was the plus version, is less than or equal to -6. Remember, we're making a negative version of this. That causes us to flip the sign. Let's go ahead and -4 here. -4, I get x is greater than or equal to 2. And over here we -4, and we get x is less than or equal to -10. So if I were to graph this, I'd have -10 here and 2 over here. -10 always goes to the left. 2 is bigger, so it goes to the right. Here we're -10. We're less than -10. So that shades like this. And then here we're greater than 2. So that's greater than or equal to, so it's a bracket. And we shade to the right. Okay. This is shooting out in opposite directions. So that's an OR inequality. I'm going to put OR here just to help us remember that it's OR because it's going to the outsides. In interval notation, I'd write the answer as -infinity to -10 bracket, union 2, comma, infinity. We always use a parenthesis on our infinities. Okay, if you didn't get this, make sure to try it again. Make sure you get the right answer. Good luck. Okay, it's time for that What's That Sound round. Here we go. Here's number 4. Write it down. Give it your best guess. Here it is. Good luck. Let's go to number 5. Okay, time for a word problem. Question number 5 is going to help prepare you for the celebration of knowledge because there's going to be a word problem similar to this. A blue car travels at a speed of 80 miles per hour. A red truck travels at a speed for 65 miles per hour. They travel for the same time, but at the end of the day, the car has gone 81 miles further than the truck. How long did they travel? Go ahead and pause the video now. Give it your best shot. Let's do it. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We're looking at two cars traveling. We know that their distances are not the same. The distance of the car equals the distance of the truck, but the car did everything the truck did plus 81 miles. So it's the distance of the car equals the distance of the truck plus 81. We know that distance is rate times time. So if we convert this to rate times time, for the car, that would equal the rate times time plus 81, and the rate is for the truck. We can then plug the rates in. We know that the car is going 80, and we know the truck is doing 65. We're trying to solve for the time. How long were they driving? So we'll go ahead and solve this by getting the t's to the same side. Minus 65t to both sides. We get 15t equals 81. In the last step, we'll just have to divide by 15. And so t comes out to be 5.4 hours. Again, remember, set it up as rate times time equals rate times time plus the extra. And then solve. 5.4 is our answer. Make sure you got that right. And then we'll go to the What's That Sound round. Let's do it. Here we go. What's that sound? Number 5. Write it down now. Good luck. Here's another type of word problem that you're going to see on the Celebration of Knowledge. Give this one a try. Brother O's house has gone up 46% since he bought it. It's now worth $230,000. What was the original price for his house? Go ahead and pause the video now. There's one like this on our Chapter 2 Celebration of Knowledge. Good luck. Okay, for this one, we're dealing with percent increase problems. We're going to call the original value x. X equals the original value. So I know that it was x. That's what I bought it for. And it's gone up. It's gone up 0.46 of x, right? This was the original value, and it's gone up 46% of x. And it's now 230,000. Remember, we're going to use x plus or minus percent of x equals the now to solve these types of problems. Okay, let's add the x's together. X plus 0.46x. You could put a 1 here if you wanted to. That's going to be 1.46x because it's 1 x-ray plus 0.46 x-rays. Good. Equals $230,000. My last step is going to be to solve for x by dividing by 1.46. We divide both sides by 1.46. And we find out that Brother O bought his house for about $157,534. And that's the answer. Woohoo! Nice work. Now, if the value had gone down, we would use a minus sign instead of a plus sign. Don't forget that. And now it's time for What's That Sound? Number 6. Good luck. Here we go. Write it down now. Here's practice problem number 7, getting you ready for the Celebration of Knowledge. Go ahead and pause this video. We'd like you to solve for x. Solve for x. Good luck. Okay, so on this one, you're going to want to use the 5 dots to solve this problem. I'm going to go ahead and distribute the -4 into the parenthesis. I get -12 minus, actually plus 8x. Don't forget to distribute the negative. The negative goes here to get -12, and a -4 times -2x is positive 2x plus 2 equals 5x plus 3x plus 10. Let's go ahead and combine the x's and the numbers on both sides. I get 8x over here, -12 plus 2, that's -10. And here I get 5x plus 3x, that's 8x plus 10. When I get the x's to the same side, something crazy happens. Both the x's cancel out, and I'm left with -10 equals positive 10. See how the x's cancel out? So therefore, what's our answer? You should have said the answer is no solution. No soul. This problem's got no solution. Anytime the x's cancel out, and you're left with a false statement, the answer is no solution. Now, if it would have been 10 equals 10, then we would have said all real numbers. Don't forget that. No solution and all real numbers. Okay, let's get to the What's That Sound round. Here's number 7 for What's That Sound. Take a listen. Oh, it's a tough one. Give it your best guess and write it down. Let's get back to the math. Here is question number 8, another word problem that you're going to need to translate. Here we go. The number of Wendy's in Idaho is 80 less than 3 times the number of McDonald's. If there are 210 Wendy's in Idaho, how many McDonald's are there? Go ahead and pause this video and give it a shot. Let's see how you do. Welcome back. We need to translate this into Mathanese. So I'm going to use W for Wendy's. We know that Wendy's is, that's an equal sign, 80 less than 3 times McDonald's. I'm using the word less than, and so therefore I've got to write the 3 McDonald's first, then a minus 80. Wendy's equals 3M minus 80. They then tell us that Wendy's is 210. There are 210 Wendy's. So I'll go ahead and write the equation like this. 210 equals 3M minus 80. I'm going to go ahead and solve by adding 80 to both sides. I end up getting 290 equals 3M. And then we'll divide by 3 to get our final answer. And it looks like I made this problem up on the spot. It might not come out evenly. It looks like I get 96.6 McDonald's. I'm going to go round it up. 97 McDonald's. They must be building one, right? And so the answer is 97 if we round it up. Okay, nice work. There's going to be one like that on our Chapter 2, Celebration of Knowledge. Let's do the What's That Sound? Okay, here's number 8. Write it down. Good luck. Okay, let's move on to number 9. Here we go. Question number 9 is an absolute value equation. Solve this. Absolute value 7x plus 3, close your absolute value, is greater than or equal to negative 7. Go ahead and pause the video now and give this one a try. Welcome back. Let's go. Hopefully before you started this problem, you took a look and you said, oh, wait a minute. This is an absolute value and we've got a negative. And so if you try to split this up, that's cool, but it's not going to work. You have to remember that an absolute value, when it's equal to or greater than or less than a negative, is going to trigger one of our 2 answers, either no soul or all real numbers. Let's take a look. We know that the number coming out of an absolute value will always be positive. Always positive. So no matter what happens, I can put negative 1,000 in for x, and it doesn't matter. The number is going to come out positive. So it's always going to be positive, and we want to know when is a positive number going to be greater than or equal to negative 7. Well, a positive number will always be greater than or equal to negative 7. Always. And so therefore, our answer should be all real numbers. Now, if this was pointed in the opposite direction, if it was like absolute value of x plus 3 is less than negative 7, take a look. We're going to get a positive, and a positive is not less than negative 3. It'll never be less than negative 3. This would be an example of no soul. But for the one we did, number 9, all real numbers is the answer. There's going to be one like that on the Celebration of Knowledge, so be looking for it. If you've got an absolute value with a negative on the other side, it's either going to be no soul or all real numbers. Okay, let's get to What's That Sound? Here we go. What's That Sound number 9? Take a listen. Number 10, math. Let's do it. Here's number 10. Solve graph and write an interval notation. 8 is less than 2x plus 4, which is less than or equal to 12. Go ahead and pause the video now and give this one a shot. Good luck. On number 10, we're trying to solve for x, so I'm going to minus 4 to all three sides of the inequalities. I get 4 is less than 2x, which is less than or equal to 8. I then divide by 2 to all three sides of the inequality. I get 2, which is less than x, which is less than 4. This is the inequality. Remember, when you have something written like this, that's an and inequality. And inequality. And we're going to have the 2 over here and a 4 over here. Oh, this should be equal to. And we're going to have a parenthesis at the 2 and a bracket at the 4, and it's going to shade to the inside because it's an and inequality. Remember, this is the shortcut way to write an and inequality. And if you were going to write this in interval notation, you should have written 2 to 4 with a bracket at the 4. Excellent. Let's take a look at the last What's That Sound? Okay, here it is, the last chance to score a point with What's That Sound round. Write this down if you know what it is. Good luck. Well, that's it for our review game today. We hope you had a great time and got the review for your Chapter 2 test and got to play a little bit of the game. Don't forget to write all answers 1 through 10 and submit that paper along with the work of the math questions you did onto our into our classroom. We'll announce the winners on Thursday in our live class. We'll find out who guessed the sounds correctly, the most sounds correctly. The top 5 get extra credit. Everybody gets extra credit, though, for playing today. We hope you have fun. We'll see you on Thursday, and good luck on the Chapter 2 Celebration of Knowledge. This is Brother O signing out.